Okay, who are we doing next? Let's just get this cleaned off. Okay. Virgo, we already did. Taurus, we already did. Leo, it's your turn. This is your September general read. I do apologize. I bit off these nails. Yeah. Anyway, please check the description box for everything you need to know, including where you can go to figure out your rising moon and Venus sign. We're going to start with the magnetic poetry for you. So grab a pen and a piece of paper so you can write down these words and kind of de-scramble them to figure out any messages that are for you. I'm going to try and get this done as fast as I can. This is a past, present, future read for you. 6 cards each. One for your September read. We're going to use the Rackham Tarot as well. Eastern Standard Time could be important here. Okay, there you have it. You'll want to jot these down. We're using the Rackham Tarot for you today. And I am working from home, so I do have to try to hurry a little. So, but already pre-shuffled. We'll shuffle a couple times for you as well, so that just for the purposes of YouTube, what have you. You Suck Young Blood by the Radiohead. I don't know why that's coming out in my head right now. Okay, Twist for Fairness for you. Past energy for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have? I only take flippers and jumpers, by the way. There we have it. Your first card out, Death. Ending of sorts in the recent past. Not really sure what it's about. Scorpio energy for you. We'll find out as we keep going. An ending, which is also considered a transformation of sorts. New things beginning as things are ending. Tell us more. Okay. Yeah, there's heartbreak over this. Movement, change of address, travel, relocation, progress forward that's associated with this Death card. There's an ending that has precipitated a move. This is always my change of address card with the Chariot. Also Cancer energy. So an ending during Cancer season that led to either the need to relocate or travel associated with the ending, an ending that brought on the need for travel. And there's heartbreak associated with it. Intense heartbreak. 3 of Swords. I don't usually take the Death card literally. It could have been a painful ending that required you to take some time to introspect. But there was a need for travel or a relocation resulted from this ending. But it was very heartbreaking for you. 3 of Swords is deep, intense heartbreak. It's usually 3 swords piercing a heart. So tell us more. Again, I always associate the Chariot with change of address. Yeah, this is justice in the reverse. A deep sense of injustice associated with this ending, this heartbreak. A feeling as if things are not fair. You could have even been saying this to the universe. Something is not fair, inequitable, like unbalanced in some way. Feeling if it is, if you've been lied to. This is in the past, right? I can't tell you what that is. Only you can. The need to move forward is associated with this. But it's something that felt imbalanced. It's panic associated with it too. Tell us more. In the past for Leo. Okay. There is a feeling of triumph also, though, with the Six of Wands in the upright. Triumphing over this ending, even though there's been heartbreak with it. A victory after a battle. There is a victory for you, a sense of winning in some way. I feel as if this is a consolation prize of some sort. As if, oh, thank you, compensation. Compensatory energy. It's like to say something wasn't fair, so you were compensated for the unfairness associated with it. It's almost like there was pain and suffering, and so there was compensation provided to try and ease the pain and suffering associated with this. A great example, if we were to read this in one way, say you were told that there was an ending to tenancy and you needed to move. It was a painful ending for you because perhaps you have a deep attachment to the residence. And a feeling as if there's injustice associated with it. For example, some people, when a house is being sold, it's like, you know, kind of sideswiping energy, and it doesn't feel quite fair that you all of a sudden have to move house because this house is being sold. But what ends up happening is often when that lease is broken, you're provided with a free month's rent or compensation for that. A more difficult meaning would be, for instance, if there was a need to travel because there was, for instance, a death in the family, although I don't always take that. In fact, most times, unless I'm clarifying, I won't be able to get a death card as an actual literal death. But say somebody passed on and there was the need to travel, there was intense heartbreak over and moments of overwhelm and shock associated with it, and that feeling as if to say to the sky, this isn't fair. Perhaps there was something to ease your pain associated with it, or a feeling of victory and triumph, such as that you were provided with something that somebody left you, that was a redeeming factor, redemption of sorts, as if to say that you're not forgotten. I don't get that here. I don't get that it's a literal death, though. It's an ending. It requires you to move on, make forward progress, to travel, or leave a place, relocate. And it is painful for you. It's heartbreak. And it doesn't feel fair. But you're being compensated for it in some way. What else? Okay, we have two more. You have more to say about this. Seven of Wands, you're defensive. You don't want to show your cards about it, and the feeling of discomfort about your ambitions and determination, drive. Capricorn energy on this. But defensive energy. You could be defensive and on guard around a Capricorn individual. But also this can be not feeling comfortable in the home space. Not feeling at ease in your home space. Not feeling that you can provide yourself with the luxury and finery, and being defensive over that in some way. Because Capricorn individuals like to, you know, enjoy the luxuries of life, the finer things in life, right? They like to have the beautiful home, the things within the house that make it a home, but there's defensiveness there. defensiveness about your independence, lack of independence, because it's in the reverse. Tell us about the present for you, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It could just be defensive about not feeling inspired to, you know, drive yourself forward with your career goals also. Because Capricorn individuals are often extremely determined and ambitious when it comes to their careers. Their legacy is their drive, right? And so feeling defensive over that. The Seven of Wands is defensive energy. Feeling as if you have to defend your actions. Okay. Wait and see energy. You need to take a moment to take stock of things after this ending. You're not really ready to move forward yet. There are delays, or you're feeling as if you need to delay movement forward and embarking on building new foundations. Although you may have been forced to move forward in some regard in the past here, you're not in this moment ready to, or you feel as if the time is not now to do so. That's why you're defensive about that forward momentum, that forward drive as far as your career goes, or your home, beautifying the home. Tell me more. This was definitely during Cancer season, this past stuff. We have Scorpio, Cancer, Libra backwards as Aries season, and then we have Capricorn backwards as Cancer season. That's if I'm reading timings, right? Tell us more. Present for Leo. This one's not. These ones are. Nine of Cups and the Seven of Cups, yeah. So this delay in the present, we're looking at it from the stance of you needing to focus on self-worth. The relocation or the trip that was taken in the past is about reevaluating your own wish fulfillment, focusing on the self-worth, bolstering up your sense of self and how you can love yourself so that you can love another more holistically, if you will. It seems at the same time you're trying to invest your time, energy, and effort for greater reward in the future, focusing on low-hanging fruit. It's almost as if to say you're preserving your energy, at least on the work front or the career front, or as far as your investment of those three things, the time, energy, effort, and even your monetary, because you're going through some intense pain and heartbreak that carries through. So you're kind of like, you know, instead of sprinting, you're kind of at a slow pace right now. You're pacing yourself, steady effort, but not overt, not investing so much that you're exhausted because you're still nurturing that broken heart. There's still, it's like you're just kind of looking at how you can kind of plod along steadily, investing something, but not so much that you're overextending yourself. Steady forward progress. Investment still, but not so much that you're still aware of that there's healing that needs to happen here. With that Nine of Cups. Healing is needed. Tell me more. In the present. Yeah, there's Judgment. A decision. You have a decision to make, or a decision is being thrust upon you. I was going to say pressed, impressed, but thrust upon you doesn't feel fair. Doesn't feel fair that there was a decision being thrust upon you. Aries, Sagittarius energy. So that would be Pisces, Libra, if we're looking at timing. You're looking at Libra season, so in the middle of September. Decision, the trumpeter's call. It's nigh. It's happened. The decision has happened. It doesn't feel fair. It breaks your heart. You realize there's compensation available. You've invested energy. The decision is going to be based upon the efforts that you have invested with that Seven of Pentacles there. So at this time, you could be looking back at that. There's a wish that's being granted here, though. That Nine of Cups is about wishes being granted, emotional wishes. But the Seven of Pentacles is about what seeds did you plant? What seeds are you planting? Because the decision that's being made is going to be directly related to the seeds that you've planted. There will be winning here in some regard. But yeah, like I said before, you're healing still from something. There's still healing that's required. I think that the decision is going to be based on the fact that there is healing that's still required. The need to sleep something off under the tree after the Three of Swords, the pain of the Three of Swords. There's introspection required that you're aware of in the present. You're acutely aware of it. So even though there's victory and then defensiveness and that holding off from bursting forward with ambition towards your goals is because you realize the meditative state that you require. You have to go within. You have to rejuvenate yourself. There's things that you need to go within and heal before you can do that burst forward. You know, that requires such fortitude. And not everybody's just equipped with the ability to ignore their pain until they clock out, you know? So that ambition, that dig deep, doesn't always happen until people can get through that Four of Swords. Somebody here has hit a stumbling block until they can, I was going to say some people, but it's somebody has hit that stumbling block. They have to pause until they get through that. They can't dig deep until they do it. They're meditating on the win and why they're so defensive and on guard. Tell us more. What else in the present for Leo? The Lovers. Gemini energy. There's a choice associated with romantic connections that's required here. They're meditating on the choice that they made or the choice that they need to make. Very defensive about it. What was the cost of winning? They're meditating on the cost of winning. What is the choice? They're meditating on the choice. Praying on the choice. Is this judgment call a love choice, or is romanticism and love going to be directly impacted by this choice, this judgment call? In the future, for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I understand the choices they make are going to have to defend. Okay. Oh. Then we have the Devil, Capricorn energy again. In the future, there are going to be times where fear pervades one's thoughts. The movement forward, that delay is going to continue if one does not navigate fear appropriately, obsessing over the fear itself. There's also something here about needing to respect the things that are built upon the earth that we indulge in, learning a respect for them. How is one's self-worth directly related to the things that we sometimes do to the excess? Are our indulgences and excesses directly linked to our self-worth? With that 9 there, the 9 of Cups. Do they dictate your self-worth? Is your, is there something that you're doing that becomes an addiction that dictates your self-worth? Yeah, because you're deceiving yourself about that. You're deceiving yourself about your self-worth. There's something that you do here that you indulge in the future that very easily could become an addiction. Because you see it as contributing to your self-worth, but that's a crutch. You need to be able to brush all of that stuff away and look in the mirror and see things without all of that. You have to clear away those distractions and be able to look at yourself separate, independent of those things, and recognize your self-worth. Whereas there's something here that you're indulging in that's fooling you into believing that it's a portion of your self-worth or that it's linked to your self-worth. You don't believe that you can move forward in the present without that thing. And it's actually working to your detriment in the future. I can't tell you what that is. It's about you. You got to know. Because you're deceiving yourself about it. This is self-deception. These are the lies we tell ourselves. Oh yeah, this is I'm not lost. We got this. We got this, Silver. We're good. Yet she's leading him through the brambles. He's like, okay. We're getting into the thicker forest here. Are you sure? Oh yeah, no, we're good. No, you're not good, man. You got this guy telling you you're good, and you're dancing with the devil, man. And he's giving you all sorts of things. She's precarious. She doesn't feel so hot. But she's dancing with the devil, and he's telling her everything she needs to hear to feel great. You know? So there's delusion associated with this here. There's delusion about the self-worth and what one indulges in. Anything that you use to the excess that makes you feel good about yourself, that's a distraction. You need to be able to look at yourself as if you never ever started. You know, like you should, you know where I'm going with it, right? Yeah. Those are all distractions. Clear away the distractions. Here we go. Oops. Page of Swords in the reverse. Clear away the distractions, but also, I think I was just telling Taurus this. I have it in the future too. Eyes on your own paper. This is willful ignorance. Ignoring what everybody else is doing. Refraining from impulsive communication as well. Try not to go into that state of, look at what I've invested. Look at all the things that I, all the seeds that I planted. How could you make this decision? You're trying not to focus on the decision, the judgment call of the present and the future. And all of the things that all the seeds that you planted. And trying not to link them to your self-worth. You're trying not to look at that. You're ignoring something on purpose. Trying not to look at something. As normally the Page of Swords is also somebody who observes things so that they can learn something, so that they can, it's about getting information from looking at other people's stuff. So this is saying, putting on the blinders, willful ignorance, willful blindness, trying to ignore stuff so that you can learn for yourself, right? That can also be a bad thing, though, if we're looking at this from that self-deceptiveness. Like, are you willfully ignorant to your detriment or to your benefit, remember? Like, are you choosing not to observe what others are doing to learn something because it's healthy for you? Or are you ignoring what's in front of your face and not looking at what other people are doing because you're deluded about like, is this an inflated sense of self that we're seeing here with the 9 of Cups and the 5 of Swords? And you're refusing to see what other people are doing that could help you, help benefit you? You know? Tell us more. Like, are you really learning from people, or is it about pumping up your reputation and your ego? Thank you. Yeah, because we have the seven of Pentacles here too. So are you building connections, and are you doing things that are good for your status and reputation, or are you doing things that and giving you a false sense of self, or are you actually doing the work to become somebody who can look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and know that you learned something from other individuals, that you benefited from the connections by actually genuinely building a connection with somebody who could help you become a better person? What were the seeds that you sowed? Was this just to serve your ego, or was this to become a better person? This is what's happening here in the future. Tell us more. September astrologically is going to be a shit month, just so you know. There are 2 eclipses, and yeah, 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Friends off, broken contract. That's a part of the decision that's being made here as a result of, man, I'm not here to kick your ass, but I'm not here to blow smoke up it either. And this is what we're seeing in the future. Sorry, I can't give you, you're going to fall in love and win the lottery off of these cards, man. I'm sorry. That's just not what I do. And we have 3 of Pentacles in the reverse now too. Just under the Judgment in the reverse. The seeds that you planted that in the present for September. Then you have Judgment in the reverse, which is a decision is happening. Underneath it in the future, you have 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. It's a broken contract, friends off. It's going to require a deep introspection for you. A look in the mirror. Take a look in the mirror. This is about the union of mind, body, spirit also. I love the artwork on these cards. So beautiful. The union of mind, body, spirit, partnerships, contracts, offers, friendship. And in the reverse, it's the disjointed relationship in between your mental state, your emotional state, your spiritual state, your physical state, you know. It's also broken contracts and agreements and friendships. Somebody's breaking a contract, an agreement, or a friendship based on decisions made in the present, on the heels of somebody who's turning a blind eye to things, willfully ignoring something, and deceiving themselves about the investments that they've made in the present. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know, but I'm also not telling you that you can't change things for yourself. You have the opportunity at every moment of your life to shift directions, you know? But this is what I'm seeing in these cards. What else? Leo. Future energy. Moving through and in through and past September. Truth. There's truth here. That you're going to learn a truth based on this meditative state that you're going to be going into prayer. The introspection. The truth is related to choices in love. And the decision. Whatever that judgment call was. Broken agreements. Are you learning who your real friends are? There's learning about oneself. There's learning a truth here. It's very cutting, very impartial Aquarius energy. That sort of truth. It can be very cold. I want you to do loving kindness meditations for yourself, because the sword of truth is very impartial. It does not care. Tell us more. Okay, that's it. This will lead to your legacy. There's a truth about your legacy, but it requires saving, protection of the heart space, conservation of your energy and efforts. But also, this is about not overspending. This is protecting what you have saved, and so that you can use it for investing in this. The legacy in the Ten of Pentacles, that which will outlive your name. That which will rather allow your name to continue moving forward in the future. Right? There's legacy associated with this. The legacy that you want to leave is one of love. That is the truth. But you cannot achieve that legacy living a life of excess. That's for sure, with the Four of Pentacles. And we're not just talking about money here. We're also talking about being selective about how you spend your time. Where do you dedicate your energy? And we have a finite amount of time on this planet, and time is a resource that you cannot get a refund on. So how do you choose to spend your time? Because at the end of the day, nobody's talking about, you know, what the number at the bottom of the receipt was. They're talking about how you spent your time. Where did you dedicate your time? That is a legacy that everybody talks about at the end of the day. For every person, right? Bottom of the deck for you. You have a far-reaching goal that exists even when the clouds are in the sky. Aquarius energy. Have faith, have hope, and continue to reach for it. And if you don't know what that is just yet, it's time again to do that introspection, to take a look at oneself, to learn who you are, establish your self-worth. I know that your card is the Sun, and it's very easy to have those wishes. Those ones are right outside your door. But it's time to start looking at something that's far more infinite, far more distant. Something that gives you multiple Six of Wands instead of just one, right? Instead of the instant gratification, go after the longevity of this guy. This is also healing, by the way. So there's healing required here. As well, right? Healing first. Okay, Leo, that's what I have for you. Did it in 34 minutes, yeah, which is already like 10 minutes less than Taurus. So I'm gonna get going. Hope this was helpful. If this made sense to you, do this. And if you're missing messages and you want to see more, maybe go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you when we see you next. Have a good September. Bye. And this is your spread. That's what it looks like. A little messy, but you know. All right, okay.